Okay, as Brits continue, we froze.
We did.
We froze.
I was trying to be polite, and then you were being polite.
We were being too polite.
Should we just be rude? Should we be a bit more
Well, I was trying to be polite after I threw a banana in your face. I thought it was kind of being polite.
You threw a banana skin in my face.
Well, I was hungry. What can I say?
There you go.
In any case,
Fridays.
Okay, you're in the right place to get hot and steamy. So, as Brits continue to face freezing temperatures with Storm Bert now, Storm Bert. I mean, come on.
Terrible name.
Storm Bert now.
Sorry to any Bert watching, but I mean, I just don't think it's that thunderous, really.
It's a Muppet. It's named after a Muppet.
I'm sure there are some lovely Berts in the world.
Yeah. Storm Tyson.
But I just think it doesn't have the oomph that you'd expect from a storm.
Storm Doris. Quite like that.
Storm Doris sounds stern.
Yeah, stern.
Yeah.
That's just a weird one, you know that. It's like a schoolmistress that you once had.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I actually had...
Okay.
Well, anyway, Storm Bert is now approaching western parts of the country. Charities as well as energy companies are warning, of course, that homeowners should brace for power cuts, urging them to stay warm.
It comes as the energy regulator, Ofgem, confirms that household energy bills are to rise again from January the 1st, as it announced a 1.2% increase to its price cap. This is, of course, coupled with 10 million pensioners missing out on their winter fuel payments this year.
Well, joining us to discuss this is the consumer rights campaigner Jonathan Greatorex. Jonathan, thanks so much for joining us today. There'll be a lot of people really concerned about a potential triple whammy. Very cold winter, no winter fuel allowance, and now the price cap going up.
Yeah, and justifiably so, really. I mean, when you talk about 1.2%, I mean, it sounds fairly innocuous, but we've got to remember that over the last 4 years, energy prices have risen by 50%. So, you know, this is a real double, triple whammy for everyone, but especially for the pensioners. And I think what we've got is we've got a regulator who really doesn't seem to be regulating.
Why do you say that, Jonathan? What could the regulator be doing differently?
Well, I mean, we're all aware of the huge profits that energy companies have made over the last couple of years. And of course, nobody begrudges anyone making a profit. But when those profits run into billions at the expense of people who are literally freezing in their homes, we have to ask, you know, what is fair and what is unfair, especially with the pensioners who've had this winter fuel allowance taken away from them. You know, the real elephant in the room, of course, is that the government really don't want to act on it because it is quite a nice automatic tax collection vehicle. You know, if you think of VAT at 5%, I think that the average price is going to be £1,738. At 5%, that means the government are going to be getting £86 VAT, and on a business at £5,000 at 20%, that's just over £800 a year in VAT for doing nothing. So we have to look at the fairness now.
Point to make, but those on the other side might well say, Jonathan, that actually profits are necessary for energy companies. They've been told they need to invest in all sorts of things. They need to be building these wind turbines. They need to be rolling out the network. Pylons need to be funded somehow, all the rest of it. What do you say to those claims?
Well, of course, let's not forget that these profits are gross profits. You know, they're not net profits. So they've already put the investment in before these profits are taken out. This is money that is paid out to the shareholders. So you know, they've already had those expenses taken out. This is just pure profit. And of course, we've just got to look at, you know, at what point, you know, is it fair? You know, should Ofgem be saying, OK, fine, listen, we think that a reasonable amount is for you to make X amount per kilowatt hour in profit, and the rest we can use to reduce the price for people. I think that's the way we should be coming at it, really.
OK, well, Jonathan Greatorex, thanks so much for joining us here, consumer rights campaigner. Really appreciate your time and indeed your thoughts.
Using the internet without a VPN is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. We want to help protect you. This video's sponsor, Private Internet Access, is the VPN to help keep you safe. Now, you might be asking, what is a VPN? Well, a virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it shields your digital life from the eyes of those that are looking to exploit your private information. Whenever you connect to the internet on a public Wi-Fi network, such as at airports, coffee shops, friends' houses, or even in your own home, your data is at risk of being stolen. Hackers that are connected to the same Wi-Fi network have the ability to steal your personal data with ease. T-Mobile reached a settlement this year with the US Federal Communications Commission after they suffered data breaches in 2021, 22, and 23. In 2023 alone, over 37 million customers' data was exposed. And it's not just hackers to be concerned about. Information can be censored. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news content that you love. Private internet access is available for all platforms: Windows, macOS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one private internet access subscription to protect an unlimited number of devices at the same time. Plus, we've got a huge GB News discount. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get 83% off PIA. That is under £2 a month, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. So head to piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Joining us now to discuss this is a GB News viewer, Janine Moody. Janine, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Janine, it's not good news on any front, is it? Can you tell us a little bit about how it's affecting you?
Well, it's affecting me in so many ways. I have a lot of mental health issues as well as physical issues. And I need to be in a heated home basically 24/7 because it actually affects my medical condition. And I end up literally just confining myself to the bedroom. And I don't put the heating on because of the fear. I suffer a lot from anxiety and depression. And it really is. I mean, the chap before me did talk more about the sort of economical effects on people. But for me as well is that obviously the fear, it's literally just made my condition so much worse. And it's the fear of actually putting the heating on and then not knowing what the bill is going to be and not being able to afford the bill when it comes in. So I literally just stay in one room with a tiny little electric heater, and the rest of the house is just like an iceberg. Literally.
So sorry to hear that, Janine. It sounds like your story is replicated across the country. We've spoken to people on this channel of people feeling like they can't live.
No, it shouldn't be like this. It really shouldn't. And if, like this is, I mean, I have worked all my life and paid into the taxes. I'm unable to work now. I've actually been on life support 5 times with taking overdoses. Thankfully now I'm sort of, past that. That was in June 2023. But it just, and I live alone, and I've just got mum who's 92, and I can see, the anxiety in her as well. Because we're just from a working class, background. Mum worked in like a stitching factory all her life. She doesn't qualify for pension credit. I think she's about £10 over, qualifying for it. And you can see the anxiety. She says, I'm not putting the heating on. She says, because I can't, I don't want to like run up a bill just the same as me. And I just think, for a country that's supposed to be like in the Western world and whatever all, it's just terrifying that this is what it's coming to, and it's hitting us left, right and centre.
Janine,
I just don't know what to do. I literally don't.
Janine, lovely. Have you got any support? Have you tried talking to some of the Help the Aged charities out there? They can offer you not only advice but also some mental health support as well, and maybe talk you through what you can do to make your situation better.
See, I've sort of been through the whole, as I call them, talking therapies, and You know, they work while you're sort of in the therapy session, but then you've got to come out and face things, you know, in the world as such. And it's just the anxiety of the bills coming in, and then I just don't open them. I literally don't open them, and it's just living in fear, just literally. It's just like getting on a hamster wheel, a cycle of fear and anxiety. And the fact this Labour government coming in, it's just been horrific. You know, and we're in the early days of it.
Janine, Janine, how do you feel about your future now, the way things are going?
I just don't know. And I suffer. I don't sleep at night either. So you're talking maybe 2 hours sleep. And I'm in the house 24/7 and need the heat. It's not like I can just go out, you know, and sit in a shopping mall or wherever. You know, I am literally stuck in the house because I suffer from, you know, agoraphobia and everything as well.
Well, Janine, I know that our heart goes out to you.
Very
the
much
whole
so.
audience are on your side. Please do stay in touch with us here at GB News.
And thank you as well.
Because we do want to follow you. We want to follow your story because I know you speak for so many people up and down the country.
We'll keep in touch.
And this channel, by the way, is incredible. I mean, I've been watching it now for 2 or 3 years, and it just helps me mentally to feel like, you know, it's almost like a friend, you know.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
God bless you, Janine. Take care,
Thank
and
you so much.
we'll keep in touch with you. Thank you very much, Janine.
That's lovely.
It's heartbreaking. And Janine isn't alone. I mean, we really want to hear your stories, and we will be passing them on to the people that should be listening to you that aren't. So gbnews.com/your say. If you are struggling like Janine, let us know and we will do everything we can to help you. And there are organisations out there that can help you as well. Sort of many sort of like Help the Aged organisations who will be able to give you not just moral support, but also some good advice on what you can do to cut your bills down and maybe help yourself a little bit as well. But please do get in touch because we do genuinely care, really care. And it's upsetting. I mean, my mum's in a similar boat, and it's heartbreaking that, you know, people have worked all their lives are in that situation.
And it's so frustrating because it doesn't have to be this way. There are countries around the world where energy is half the price it is in this country.
You know,
half the price.
You know what, Tom? This is another thing where Rachel from Accounts hasn't done the maths properly, because if the 850 pensioners out there who could claim for pension credit,
then they don't make any money.
It would wipe out all the money that Rachel had to make.